What's going on, guys? It's me, Boy. Today I'm going to be showing you free agency and and I'm going to be showing you every team and seeing they were good. So obviously, we're on NBA.com. We all know. See, a lot too many stuff to read. So I just put it in a very simple, big signings, and so I put them in four categories. A is amazing, which will technically change your team to a bad team, to a playoff team, or a championship contender, to a top 3 team. I don't know. G is good, neutral, okay, not just re-signing your players. Is N. B is bad. Atlanta Hawks, my bad, that's an N. You re-signed all your players, so it's really just an N. Enes Kanter, you re-signed, so it's an N. I'm saying it's good because you got you get James Johnson and Patty Mills. It does help, so I'm just going to say it was a G. Okay. Ish Smith. I never heard of this guy when I saw him, so I was going to say bad. But then I realized this guy actually was not a bad player. He actually averaged 12 points once. Whoa! Even though he averaged 7 points for his career, he's actually getting pretty good this past year with 10 points, 8 points. He can be like a solid role player. Yeah. Even though he's been with like a million different teams. Well, actually, let me check. He's been with 12 different teams. And why can I go down? With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons. Okay. So that's what I'm saying, N. I made this yesterday during moratorium, so if there's some teams that made changes in the last day of moratorium. If you didn't know, this is free agency is cut in 2 different parts. Moratorium is when teams can give contracts, but the players are not allowed to accept it until the moratorium ends. So that's what it is. So this is during moratorium. Today just ended, so there are some actually confirming stuff. So yeah. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're at the end. Yeah. Chicago Bulls, this is an A, obviously. Wait, let me just do with the A teams. Bulls, Lakers, Heat, and Knicks. Pretty solid team. Lakers, obviously, you got Carmelo. He's still a solid player. You got Dwight again. You got Trevor. You got Malik Monk, Wayne Ellington, Ken Bazemore, Kendrick Nunn. Oh, and then I forget. Westbrook traded. That's definitely an A. Oh my God. Okay. Miami's an A too, honestly. You got Kyle Lowry. You got Jimmy Butler, who's going to stay with you for literally the rest of his career. You got Duncan Robinson, who's probably going to stay for his left of his prime. PJ Tucker, a guy that can shoot from the left. That can, you know his hot spot, right? Me as a Houston fan, I know where his hot spot is because we used to shoot it all the time. It's in the corner. It's a corner 3, and he can do charges. Victor Oladipo, Marcus Morris, and Markieff Morris is pretty good. They just re-signed Bucks, just re-signed players. So honestly, it's Ned. They got a good because you got Devontae Graham. It's not playoff changing. I still think they're gonna be 9 to 10 seed. So I wouldn't say amazing, but it is pretty good. I'm just gonna say G and A, whatever. You got Devontae Graham, really good player, solid player. Good player. You got Thomas and Ramsey, good role. You got a good player, Garrett Temple and Didi Louzada. Knicks, obviously an A because you got Julius Randle who's going to stay for the rest of his prime. Kemba signs here. Evan Fournier, D Rose, Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, and Todd Gibson. First of all, Kemba is a good player. We all know that. We all know Evan Fournier is a solid shooter. You got Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks. They're probably going to play they're going to probably be top 3 in their seat now. I'm just going to say top 5. They're going to be better than what they were last time, hopefully. Oklahoma, it's an N because you got Mike Muscala, but you just signed Shea. So I'm just not a bad one, but Orlando Magic. I'm sorry, Orlando fans. It was a B. First of all, you got Robin Lopez and Mo Wagner. That's not really the best. Like, let's just search up Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner. So let's search him to Basketball Reference. His name is Moritz. Man average only 11 points. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad because obviously 11 points is a solid. But let's search up Robin Lopez. I might be wrong. Robin Lopez stat. Yes, okay. Robin Lopez stats. Yeah. He's averaged probably 11. He averaged 9. Okay, I guess. Okay, if I was wrong, it's not a B. It's at least an N. Philadelphia 76ers, it's a G because you get Andre Drummond, who is literally the best rebounder in the league. Danny Green resigns, the sharpshooter, and Furkan Korkmaz. Phoenix Suns, it was a neutral because you just re-signed players and you got JaVale McGee. Obviously, JaVale McGee is a pretty good player. Portland just re-signed players and you got Cody Zeller. Honestly, it's a N and it's a NG. It's a NG. Yeah, it's an N and G because first of all, Cody Zeller is just not a player. Norman Powell's a really good player. Yeah. This is only the big signing. It's not like the big signs that I thought were big. So yeah. Sacramento's an N. You got Rashawn Holmes, Alex Len, Terrence Davis. And then San Antonio was a G because you got Zach Collins, Doug McDermott, you got Breen Form, and Chandler Hudson. I don't know what Chandler Hudson is, but Hutchinson, my bad. But you got Doug McDermott. Toronto Raptors is a G because you got Goran Dragic. I mean, one is Goran Dragic, not a G. The man's averaging like 18. And Gary Trent Jr. resigned, so I'm gonna say it's a G. Utah Jazz was a G and A. Okay, I'm saying it's a G because it's not playoff changing because they're already a playoff team. So whatever they're doing, just making their team better. I think okay, whatever. It's a G and A because it doesn't make the team. It does make the team really better. I do think this is going to be a really good team because you got Rudy Gay, you got Hassan, you got Eric Pascal. And Mike Conley resigns for the rest of his career. Hopefully. And Washington Wizards just got Spencer Dinwiddie. They got Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't know if this will affect their team very much. I think it's obviously a G because he's a solid role player. But it just and I don't think it'll be good because from the Westbrook trade, they got like Kyle Kuzma. They got a lot of players, especially some young ones. I think Spencer Dinwiddie as a veteran can he can like teach them, or he'll be a good like place for them. So yeah, this is my free agency opinions.